If you're over 60, there's one seemingly harmless habit that may be silently pushing you toward the edge of a stroke while you sleep. No warning signs, no pain. One moment you're fine, and the next you can't stand up, your speech is slurred, you lose balance, or worse. As a neurologist, I've seen far too many older adults fall into this exact situation, not because of smoking, poor diet, or lack of exercise, but because of something they truly believed was good for their health: vitamins. Yes, vitamins. Every day, millions of seniors take supplements to protect their bones, boost memory, or maintain energy. But here's a truth that most people don't expect. Some vitamins, if taken incorrectly or at the wrong time, can quietly harm the brain, leading to sudden spikes in blood pressure, brain bleeds, or even strokes during sleep. In this video, I'll walk you through the 5 most common vitamins that could be putting your brain at risk, especially in the early morning when your brain is at its most vulnerable. If you've ever taken vitamin D, E, B6, A, or niacin, the information I'm about to share could save your life or the life of someone you care about. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever wondered if the vitamins you're taking might be a double-edged sword? Type 1 if you want to know the first name on the list, and first time hearing this if this is all new to you. If brain health truly matters to you, be sure to like this video and subscribe to Better with Age, where we offer honest, science-based advice made specifically for adults over 60. Now, let's begin with the most surprising name on that list: vitamin D. Vitamin D, a friend to your bones, and a betrayer of your arteries if you're not careful. When people think of vitamin D, they often imagine it as a silent hero, helping the body absorb calcium, strengthening bones and joints, supporting the immune system, and even lifting mood. For older adults, vitamin D is often seen as a trusted ally in the battle against osteoporosis and age-related frailty. But here's what most people don't realize. When taken incorrectly, this seemingly harmless vitamin can silently become a trigger for stroke. When you take high doses of vitamin D, say 5,000 or 10,000 IU daily, especially over an extended period and without medical supervision, your body can begin accumulating excess calcium in the bloodstream. That's when the real danger begins. When blood calcium rises beyond what your body can manage, it stores the extra calcium in your arteries, causing them to harden and lose their natural flexibility. The result? Your arteries, especially those in the brain, become more vulnerable to rupture or blockage, increasing your risk of stroke, especially at night when blood pressure and circulation naturally fluctuate. Take the story of Mr. Wallet, a 75-year-old military veteran known for his disciplined and healthy lifestyle. Every morning, he took a 10,000 IU capsule of vitamin D, firmly believing he was protecting his bones. He didn't smoke, ate well, and exercised regularly. But one morning, his wife found him confused. His speech was slurred, and his right arm was stiff. He'd had a stroke in his sleep. Tests revealed dangerously high calcium levels, hardened arteries in the brain, and a sudden spike in blood pressure. The cause? Vitamin D toxicity, the result of long-term use of high doses without proper monitoring. One tiny capsule, thought to be harmless, had silently pushed him to the edge of a medical crisis. The truth is, many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements today contain far more than the actual needs of most older adults. While the recommended daily intake is typically around 800 to 2,000 IU, many seniors are unknowingly taking 3 to 5 times that amount every day for months or even years without blood tests or professional guidance. If you're currently taking vitamin D, check the label. Ask your doctor about your real need for it. And most importantly, take it in the morning, never before bed, when dehydration and nighttime blood pressure fluctuations can create the perfect storm. Because sometimes just one small capsule, if taken the wrong way, can mark the beginning of a night you may never fully wake up from.
Vitamin E, when a heart-healthy supplement, becomes a hidden danger to the aging brain. In the world of vitamins, vitamin E has long been considered a trusted companion for heart health. It's known to improve circulation, slow oxidative damage, and support skin and memory. For older adults, it sounds appealing, a small capsule a day to keep the heart strong and the mind sharp. But behind that reputation lies a darker reality that few are warned about. When taken in the wrong dosage, vitamin E can thin the blood excessively and lead to brain hemorrhage, a devastating outcome few would expect from a supplement marketed as good for your health. Vitamin E works as an antioxidant, but in high doses it also acts as a potent blood thinner. This becomes especially dangerous if you're already taking medications like aspirin, warfarin, Plavix, or any type of anticoagulant. When these two factors combine, the risk of internal bleeding, particularly in the brain, increases silently but significantly. The heartbreaking story of Mrs. Daisy, 80 years old, is a perfect example. A retired librarian in Ohio, she was witty, sharp, and still read to children at the local library. She had a heart valve condition and had been prescribed warfarin, a common blood thinner. All her health markers were stable until one day she saw a magazine ad for a vitamin E capsule that claimed to boost memory and circulation. Without hesitation, she purchased it and began taking one capsule a day, each containing 800 IU of vitamin E, nearly 40 times the recommended daily amount. 3 weeks later, she was rushed to the emergency room with a severe headache, confusion, and vomiting. A brain scan revealed intracranial bleeding, uncontrolled hemorrhage inside the brain. It wasn't caused by a fall. It wasn't from high blood pressure. It was the result of combining warfarin and high-dose vitamin E, which made her blood too thin to clot. Although Mrs. Daisy survived, she now walks with a cane. Her short-term memory was permanently affected, and her cognitive function never fully returned. Through tears, she told her doctor, "I just wanted to help myself. I didn't know I was hurting myself." Sadly, she's not alone. Many older adults assume that if it's a vitamin, it must be safe. But the truth is, not all vitamins are safe, especially when combined with heart or blood pressure medications. The recommended daily intake for older adults is 15 milligrams, about 22 IU, but most over-the-counter products contain 200, 400, even 1,000 IU per capsule, with no warning labels or personalized instructions. The lesson is clear. If you're taking any blood-thinning medication, never add high-dose vitamin E on your own. Talk to your doctor, read the label. And most importantly, don't trade your brain's health for a supplement that just sounds good.
Vitamin B6, memory booster, or a silent threat to your nervous system. Vitamin B6 has long been praised as a brain booster, supporting the nervous system, improving focus, and fighting fatigue. It's easy to find labels like supports brain health, increases energy, or sharpens memory, printed on dozens of B6-containing supplements. For many older adults concerned about memory loss or cognitive decline, these claims sound incredibly promising. But behind its harmless appearance lies a troubling truth. When taken in excessive doses over time, vitamin B6 can cause serious, sometimes permanent nerve damage. Take the story of Mr. Charles, a 75-year-old retired truck driver from South Dakota. He came into the clinic with symptoms all too familiar: numbness in his feet, tingling in his hands, and unsteady walking. At first, he chalked it up to aging, but things got worse. He fell once in the bathroom, then again, and on the third fall, he hit his head on the floor and couldn't get back up. After reviewing his list of supplements, the doctor found the culprit: a nerve support product, each pill containing 100 milligrams of vitamin B6. He'd been taking 2 pills a day for over a year, meaning 200 milligrams daily, 10 to 20 times the recommended intake for seniors. Unlike some water-soluble vitamins that flush out quickly, vitamin B6 can accumulate in the body over time, particularly in the liver and nervous system. When B6 levels get too high, it begins to damage the myelin sheath, the protective insulation around nerves similar to the plastic coating around electrical wires. Once that coating erodes, nerve signals become disrupted, leading to numbness, muscle weakness, tremors, loss of sensation, even confusion or memory loss. Thankfully, Mr. Charles's nerve damage was caught in time and progression was halted, but he now walks with a cane and has had to give up driving, something he once loved deeply. At a follow-up visit, he looked at his doctor and said quietly, "I just wanted to protect my brain. I didn't know I was poisoning it every day." The truth is, older adults only need about 2 to 10 milligrams of vitamin B6 per day, including what comes from foods like fish,
chicken, potatoes, and bananas. Yet many brain-enhancing supplements on the market contain 50, 100, even 200 milligrams per dose, far exceeding safe limits, especially when taken long-term without supervision. If you or someone you love is using a supplement labeled Brain Booster, Neurosupport, or Energy Enhancer, check the ingredients today. And if you see vitamin B6, don't dismiss it. Know the dosage, ask your doctor, and listen to your body before subtle symptoms become irreversible damage.
Vitamin A is a savior for your vision or a silent threat inside your brain. When it comes to vitamin A, most older adults immediately think of the eyes: clear vision, relief from dry eyes, immune support. That's why so many people over 60 take vitamin A regularly, especially when they begin experiencing blurry vision, eye strain, or signs of aging. But here's the lesser-known truth. If taken in the wrong dose, especially over long periods without medical supervision, vitamin A can silently accumulate and create dangerous pressure inside the skull, leading to brain damage, vision loss, and even cognitive decline. This happens because vitamin A is fat-soluble, unlike water-soluble vitamins like C or the B complex. When your body doesn't need it, it doesn't flush it out. Instead, it gets stored in the liver, soft tissues, and even the brain. And if you keep adding more each day than your body can use, the level gradually builds until it reaches a toxic threshold, one that many people don't even realize they've crossed until it's too late. Take the story of Miss Isabella, a 78-year-old retired piano teacher in Mississippi. She lived alone, stayed active, and took great pride in her self-care. Every day, she took a multivitamin, an anti-aging supplement high in vitamin A, and an eye health capsule, all marketed as good for you, in theory. But one day, she began to experience a dull headache, then blurry vision, dizziness, slurred speech. Her family feared a stroke, but brain scans revealed no blood clots, no bleeding. Instead, doctors found elevated intracranial pressure. Her cerebrospinal fluid wasn't draining properly, and tiny blood vessels in her brain were swollen to the point of rupture. The diagnosis? Vitamin A toxicity. She had unknowingly consumed nearly 10,000 IU daily for over 5 years. Today, Miss Isabella is slowly recovering. Her vision is no longer what it used to be, and she must now undergo regular eye pressure checks and manage intracranial pressure for the rest of her life. At a follow-up visit, she whispered to her doctor, "I just wanted to make my eyes brighter. I never thought I was hurting my brain." What's even more alarming is that many multivitamins for seniors already contain the full recommended daily dose of vitamin A, typically 2,500 to 3,000 IU, but users often unintentionally double or triple their intake by adding anti-aging products, eye health capsules, or cod liver oil. Too much vitamin A can lead to a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, or false brain tumor, which mimics real stroke symptoms: headaches, blurred or double vision, nausea, dizziness, slurred speech, and in severe cases, permanent vision loss or cognitive impairment. If you're taking multiple supplements daily, check your vitamin A intake today. Ask your doctor about your total dosage and stop taking it if it's not medically necessary. Because sometimes what you think is protecting you might be silently harming the most delicate parts of your brain.
Niacin, a heart health solution or a silent risk to your brain. Niacin, also known as vitamin B3, has long been praised as a natural solution to lower bad cholesterol and support heart health. Many doctors even prescribe niacin or recommend B3-containing supplements to older patients with cardiovascular concerns. On the market, it's easy to find capsules boldly labeled cholesterol support, heart healthy, or energy release. But here's what few people talk about. At high doses, especially in older adults, niacin can cause dangerous fluctuations in blood pressure, heart rhythm, and in the worst cases, stroke. And the scariest part? These complications don't arrive suddenly. They build up gradually, day after day, until your body can no longer cope. Take the case of Mr. Steven, 81, a retired postal worker in Michigan. He walked every morning, ate a balanced diet, and truly believed he was doing everything right. When his son bought him an over-the-counter heart support supplement, he began taking it regularly, each capsule containing 1,000 milligrams of niacin, 2 capsules per day. Not long after, he started experiencing facial flushing in the mornings, irregular heartbeats, and occasional bouts of dizziness. His family thought it was just stress or a side effect of his blood pressure medication. But one morning, he began to slur his speech, unable to form complete sentences. He was rushed to the hospital. The diagnosis? A TIA, a transient ischemic attack, often referred to as a mini stroke. The cause? Excessive niacin intake had caused his blood vessels to rapidly expand and then suddenly contract, like a faucet blasted open and then slammed shut. This yo-yo effect destabilized his blood pressure, strained his heart, and reduced blood flow to the brain, a kind of invisible hammer slowly pounding his nervous system every day. Thankfully, Mr. Stephen recovered, but he had to stop all supplements, monitor his blood pressure constantly, and remain under close medical supervision. At his follow-up visit, he told the doctor, "I thought I was taking care of my heart. I didn't realize I was gambling with my brain." What you need to know: the safe daily limit for niacin in older adults is no more than 50 milligrams, and it should only be used with a doctor's recommendation. Yet many cholesterol support products sold online or in stores contain 500 to 2,000 milligrams per dose, 10 to 40 times the recommended amount. So if you're currently using a product labeled extended release, flush-free, or non-flushing niacin, check it today. Niacin isn't inherently bad, but the wrong dose, wrong timing, or wrong person can slowly unravel your body's delicate balance. Remember, caring for your heart is important. But never forget, your heart and brain are deeply connected. Don't let a seemingly harmless vitamin quietly undo your clarity, independence, and the quality of life you've spent a lifetime building.
When health isn't found in a pill, but on a simple morning plate. Mrs. Jonathan, 75, is a retired school principal from Minnesota. She's believed in education and lifelong learning her entire life, and that belief shaped how she approached her own well-being in her later years. With the meticulous care of an educator, she never took her health lightly. Her kitchen drawer resembled a miniature pharmacy. Vitamin D for her bones, vitamin E for her heart, B-complex for her memory, niacin for her cholesterol, a multivitamin for general wellness. Then came brain boosters, vision supplements. Every morning, she began her day with a colorful handful of capsules. And yet, despite doing everything right, her body began sending quiet warnings: morning dizziness, erratic blood pressure, and a persistent mental fog. She started to wonder, is this just aging? At her checkup, her doctor did more than take her vitals and run blood tests. He asked one simple question: what do you eat for breakfast? And that sparked a small but powerful transformation. Instead of swallowing a fistful of nameless pills, Mrs. Jonathan began her mornings with a balanced breakfast, on time, in the right portions, and with real nutrition. A boiled egg for clean, absorbable protein, half an avocado full of healthy fats for heart and brain, a slice of whole grain toast, offering steady energy without blood sugar spikes, a handful of fresh blueberries packed with antioxidants that support memory, a few walnuts or almonds naturally rich in vitamin E and magnesium. No complicated formulas, no industrial capsules, just real food, familiar, nourishing, and complete. Within just a few weeks, the morning dizziness vanished, her blood pressure stabilized, and her mind felt clearer, lighter, more focused than it had in years. No longer dependent on that overflowing drawer of pills, she regained a sense of control over her own health. The most important message here isn't to reject vitamins, but to prioritize real, natural food first. Your body wasn't designed to live off capsules. It was built to absorb, respond to, and heal through the nutrients found in food, in the form nature intended. When you eat an egg, chew a nut, or taste the sweet tart burst of a berry, you're not just consuming calories or vitamins.
You're delivering your body a signal of life, a message of healing in the most sustainable and complete way possible for aging well.
And here are 5 foundational food groups, scientifically proven to support the brain, heart, immune system, and emotional well-being in older adults. At a certain age, we begin to realize that health is no longer about what's strongest or most abundant, but about what is consistent, balanced, and natural. Just as our bodies become less responsive with age, our brains also need to be nourished by gentle, bioavailable sources, not from pills, but from simple, wholesome foods we place on our plates each day. 1. Leafy greens, the green blood of memory. Vegetables like kale and spinach are packed with folate and powerful antioxidants like lutein and beta-carotene. These compounds protect brain cells from oxidative stress, a leading cause of memory decline and early aging. A study from Rush University, USA, found that older adults who ate leafy greens daily had memory scores equivalent to someone 11 years younger than those who rarely ate them. 2. Fatty fish, the brain's natural lubricant. Fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, a critical building block of brain tissue. Omega-3s help maintain concentration and reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Fatty fish also support heart health, ensuring better blood flow to the brain. 3. Berries, tiny, natural anti-inflammatory gems. Blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries may be small, but they contain high levels of polyphenols, plant compounds that reduce inflammation and enhance communication between brain cells. Research shows that incorporating berries into the diet can improve short-term memory and learning, especially in adults over 60. 4. Nuts, miniature treasure chests for brain and heart. Walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, and chia seeds are rich in natural vitamin E, which protects the membrane of nerve cells. They also contain magnesium, a mineral that helps regulate mood, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep. The healthy fats in nuts contribute to flexible, resilient blood vessels, reducing the risk of blockages in the brain. 5. Whole grains, sustainable fuel for a sharp mind. Oats, brown rice, and whole wheat bread offer complex carbohydrates, a slow, steady source of energy for the brain. They are also high in fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar and maintain healthy circulation, key to keeping the brain properly nourished. Conclusion: eating right is a long-term investment in brain health. You don't need expensive pills or trendy diets. Strong brain and body health after age 60 can be supported simply by incorporating these 5 food groups into your daily meals in a way that is natural, wholesome, and deeply connected to the way your body was designed to thrive. As you move into your 60s, 70s, or 80s, your body no longer processes vitamins the way it did when you were younger. What once seemed harmless can now become a burden if not used correctly. But that doesn't mean you should fear vitamins. It simply means you need to understand them better, be more cautious, and listen more closely to your body. Read the labels, talk to your doctor. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Because sometimes just one small change, choosing the right type, the right dose, and the right timing, can become a turning point in protecting your memory, clarity, and independence for years to come. Awareness doesn't just help you feel healthier, it helps you live smarter, safer, and more confidently every day. If you found this helpful, please give it a like to help others discover it too. And subscribe to Better with Age so we can continue learning, growing, and getting stronger together. You are not alone on this journey, and you are never too old to take back control of your health.